I was 9 years old when I followed my father to pay my grandparents a visit. They attacked us in the middle of the road. I heard 3 gunshots.
Where's the money? Where's the money? There's no money. Are you the money?
I heard clearly a name, Adegbola.
Is he in this court?
Yes.
Can you identify him?
Hello everyone, you are welcome to this channel where we make constructive review of Christian movies. Don't forget that our review on any movie is based on our personal encounter from that movie. It touched us before we bring it to you. In today's show, we shall be reviewing a powerful movie from the stable of Mount Zion Faith Ministry titled JAILER. This movie is a collaborative work between Mount Zion Film Production and Faith Lift Productions. Story by Johnson Fusho Odeshola, written and directed by Damilola Bamiloye. Before I start this review, I'll advise that you first go ahead and watch this movie JAILER so that you can be on the same page with us. Now to the review. This movie JAILER centers around the life of Damilola, a young girl who escaped the trap of death from a gang of armed robbers but lost her father to the ugly incident. Eventually, the highly deranged girl grew up and embarked on the journey of finding the killer of his father. This sets the conflict in the movie. JAILER is a movie with lots of spiritual lessons to be learned. Amongst many of such lessons, we have brought you these 5, which you should not forget. Number 1. Elders consultation. It is popularly said, a child may be rich in clothing than the elders, but he cannot be richer than him in rags. This simple proverb talks about an elder as being the custodian of the much experiences that a child needs to succeed in life. Temi have just been duped off to the tune of 215 million naira by Femi, her boyfriend, and he is still demanding for another 50 million naira. She wouldn't have fallen cheaply into the hand of this scammer, whom she called her boyfriend, if she had made due consultations to the elders that worked with his father before withdrawing millions of naira from the company's accounts. Also, if she had consulted her mother at home about the incessant monetary demand from the guy, she would have been saved from these colossal loss. Many times, several young folks think they are smarter than the elderly ones, taking them as old cargoes who knows nothing about what is involved, the reason for which they hide matters of their life from them. But oftentimes, many of them have made shipwreck of their life because they ignored elders' consultations. The truth is that elders see things from a perspective different from the way the young folks sees it. When Tunde called his father to share the news of the newly acquired company, a decision he saw as a new achievement for him, the father did not celebrate with him because he saw a more important need in his life, which is the need of getting a wife. It is also said that what an elder sees in seeds, a child does not see, though he climbs the tallest tree. Number 2. Keep silent on official matters before strangers. Many a times, several people don't know what to say or what not to say before strangers. They carelessly say things that are meant to be confidential before people they don't know their identity, and it has put several of us into much trouble. This is also expressed in this movie. Tunde was on call with his friends talking about how he acquired the new company. He got carried away by this euphoria to the point that he was still on that topic when Temi, who happened to be the CEO of the company he just acquired, entered into his office and sat right before him. This made him said many awful things that are derogatory about Temi, which eventually heightened the problem of his father's release from the police custody. Temi would have probably considered the release of his father if not for that singular careless act. Number 3. Our experiences, our divine call. Another wonderful lesson that I discovered from this movie is the truth that our spiritual call often has a lot to do with what we have experienced. God tends to call us into the service of what we have passed through in time past, so that we can have a practical experience and full body for those in same situation. Baba Adegbola picked up the call of child evangelism because he once had an encounter of what children could be passing through, especially those who suffers direct parental care. The trauma of how he joined a gang of armed robbers to mastermind the killing of Temi's father inspired him to become a source of joy, hope, and encouragement to children. Number 4. You can't give what you don't have. This is another salient truth from this movie. Several people have made attempts to preach and win over the soul of sinners, but it has been increasingly difficult for them to achieve this because they have failed to understand that they themselves are trying to give what they don't have. All the attempt of Tunde to minister Christ to Temi proved abortive because at that moment of his life, he himself had lost his touch with God. His father thought he is still a correct born-again child of God he used to know him to be.
Tunde, I can see that God is using this situation to get your attention.
The reason for which he asked him to go and minister salvation to Temi, when he got to her office, after much reluctancy, he spent several minutes trying to preach to her, only for Temi to give him a rude shock by making a call for the next visitor. Even after this, Tunde's responses still shows that he does not carry a true identity of a child of God.
Hey, no mama. Okay.
This is always the case whenever we try to minister salvation to others, when we ourselves are not saved or had lost touch with God. All our efforts will become futile. To even worsen matters, instead of sinners yielding to our messages, they end up giving us the biggest embarrassment of our life. So, check yourself before you minister. Number 5. Forgiveness is a must. If all stories and lessons gotten from this movie is mentioned, and this is not included, then this review will be a trash. Forgiveness is seen as the major central theme of this movie, whereas unforgiveness, on the other hand, is seen as an attempt to lock up people in one's heart with their offenses. Forgiveness is the imminent decision we must make if we also will be free in life. The unforgiving spirit that dominated the life of Tammy gave her destiny a bad shape, gave her dream a bad hope, and almost gave her life a bad end. All the attempts by her mother to make her see the joy and hope in forgiving others proved abortive. She wanted revenge at all costs. I learned from this movie that the best way God can use to teach a man about forgiveness is for him to make him share similar experience of the revenge he wants to take on others. All the desire of Tammy is to see Baba Damilola being jailed. God needed to replicate the same experience for her by making the doctor give her a false medical report so that she can know how it feels when a man sees death sentence before him. It came as a rude shock to her when she later realized how Baba Damilola joined forces with her mother in prayers on her health condition. How would the man I wish dead wished that I live? For me, that truth broke her down and taught her forgiveness. You should never forget that for you to be free in life, you must forgive everyone. That is how far I would be able to go today on the review of this movie. You can also go ahead to watch the movie yourself and learn more. If you like what we do, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. See you next time. Bye.